In today's episode, we're talking all about how to be a visionary.
Almost every inventor, entrepreneur, and activist out there were able to make an impact because they were able to see a picture bigger than most could even fathom.
That's right. And so today, we want to talk about how you can become a visionary in your life. So grab your cup of coffee and join us right back here for a fresh new episode of Coffee with MoJo.
Coffee with MoJo in the morning.
You're here. Thanks for joining us. I'm your host, Molly Ann Luna.
And I'm your co-host, Jovan Luna.
And today we're talking about how to be a visionary in your life. We're going to share with you 3 simple things you can do today to start really building that bigger vision.
But before we share those 3 simple things, I'm going to have to ask you to do 3 simple things. Like, comment, and hit the bell notification so that you know that we know that you want to learn the new stuff that we have made for you.
Yes, of course we want you to comment below because we love to hear from you. But I think what he meant to say was to subscribe so that you never miss an episode.
It could go back to the old way, so that you are abreast of any and new content that comes your way.
Yes. Okay, but let's get into the meat and potatoes of today's conversation, which is about being a visionary. Now, if you would have said this to me just even like 3 short years ago, I would have been like, girl, you crazy. I didn't at the time feel like I had any sort of imagination or creativity, but the truth was that I'd actually just locked it away deep in my subconscious, and it had to be reactivated. And so today I want to share with you ways that you can reactivate your own imagination and to really become a visionary in your life, because I believe that in our deepest sense that we each want to tap into and express and to fully realize our greatest potential. But sometimes we stop ourselves from doing that.
Now, before we go into that, I think we should talk about what a visionary means.
Fair.
So, to me, when I think of visionary, I think of somebody who is creating a product, a service, or standing for something that's going to benefit the whole entire world, and that's just not self-beneficial. Like you think of, I mentioned activists, you think of Malcolm X, you think of Martin Luther King, Marcus Garvey, and many others. They had a vision for the African American community, and they were willing to put their life on the line, and unfortunately had to make the world a better place. But it wasn't just something that was going to benefit them, it was something that was going to benefit a whole community. You look at Steve Jobs, he had a vision for just creativity and technology that he used to leverage many great minds like Wozniak and many others to create something that was just profound and memorable.
It gives us the ability now to connect with you right now, which is a huge vision, something that we couldn't have fathomed before. We've had this incredible technology.
Absolutely. So, and everybody has a vision like that within them. Maybe not everyone's vision is that grand, but everybody has something inside them that is just waiting to be drawn out or waiting to be expressed into this world. Okay, so an example that comes to mind when I think of visionary, we'll just talk about this day and age. Social media is everything, apparently. I don't use it very often, but it's apparently everything.
Well, it's incredible because we can connect. Never before could we connect with people from all over the world.
And that's why I think it's profound from a visionary standpoint. It's like Mark Zuckerberg and whoever the guy is who created Twitter, all these guys just had this thing of like trying to connect the whole entire world, and how are we going to do it? And that's a big grand vision to have. And I think just in the pursuit of it, the ideas came about, and now we have the Facebooks and the Instagrams or whatnot. Look at Uber being able to create a taxi company without vehicles. Airbnb, a hotel service that's worldwide that owns no property. Like, that is profound when you really think about it.
These are all profound things, and kudos to them. And I fully am just telling the universe now, like, I fully welcome amazing, incredible ideas just like that so that I can also give these amazing gifts to the world. However, if you're like me in this moment, that feels a little bit daunting, a little bit overwhelming. So for today's episode and the sake of today's conversation, I really just want to ground it back into home and just to educate, inspire, and to empower you to just start allowing yourself to create a vision for your life. And hopefully, yes, it's not just about you, but it's going to be about the ones in your circles, your loved ones, maybe your spouse, your children, maybe your community. And then if it extends beyond that, amazing. But I'm really talking to those of you who are like me, who really just kind of closed out your creativity and blocked off your imagination for whatever reason. And I want to invite you to reactivate it and to open it now and really start building out a solid vision for your life.
So I would say the first step in doing that is recognizing that everybody has a vision and everybody has a point of view that's worthy of sharing. So you need to
that includes you.
Yeah, that includes you. That includes me. That includes this woman too. You need to create a new story, and that new story needs to sound something like this. I have something to offer this world that is going to make it better. My voice matters. I can do this. I believe in myself. Just starting to change some of that inner dialogue about what might be going on in your mind. Because when you start to do that, your mind's going to start to think differently. It's going to start to think, okay, maybe I can offer something to this world. Maybe I can contribute to make this world a better place. And now the ideas are going to start outpouring. Now, the thing is, when these ideas start outpouring, do not get overwhelmed by them. Just understand that the bigger the idea, the bigger the vision, and the more grand the vision is. Like, in fact, if you can see perfectly, step by step, how you're going to complete this vision, it might be too small, some would say. But and even if you can't see it step by step, that's cool. Embrace it. But if you can't see something step by step, that's okay. Just start where you are and just be focused on the bigger thing is that it's going to be something that's going to make the world a better place, because everybody has something in them that will make the world a better place.
Get excited about the curiosities that are sparking, and don't allow yourself to get frustrated with not having the entire picture. When you are reactivating your imagination and really striving to build more of a vision for yourself, for your life, for the world, it starts to come in almost fuzzy. But the more you stay focused on it and choose to change your story, and just by changing that inner dialogue and actually doing this it's not simple thing necessarily, but our egoic mind tends to want to paint a picture of our life that's actually worse than it is. So if you could even just start by recognizing how things currently are, and then just trying to hold in your mind's eye what it is that you are wanting for, that is going to be a profound start.
So that was really good. Like, let's just breathe that in.
It takes some work, okay? For me, I didn't realize that I had cut off my imaginative faculties until I got curious about taking an improv class. Hana was just a newborn, and Jovan had started taking acting classes because he wanted to follow his curiosity. And if I'm being honest, I got a little jealous and was like, you get to leave the house and go do cool things and play pretend. I want to do that. So I signed up for the Upright Citizens Brigade. Was it Upright Citizens Brigade? That's not right.
It is.
I did.
It was.
And I took some improv classes, and it really just started to unlock some things in my life. And I really attribute just those few classes that I took to help me, give me the vision for my business and for my life and for the world that I have now. Fast forward probably 2 or 3 years. So another great resource is for an active step you could take is to get signed up for an improv class.
You know, something else I would say when we talk about being a visionary in your own life, doing so doesn't necessarily mean that you create a brand new vision that's going to impact the world. You being a visionary in your own life can be recognizing something that someone else is doing and choosing to contribute to their vision. So I would call that contributing to someone else's vision. Maybe you can call that a bonus point or whatnot. An example that comes to mind is I now donate to Save the Children, and the reason why I donate to Save the Children is because when I was at Whole Foods, there was a lady outside just trying to get people to sign up via an iPad. She is not the creator of Save the Children, but she was affected by and bought into the vision that the creator of Save the Children has created, so much so that she was dedicating her time to getting people to join the cause. And I saw her passion, And though it wasn't her vision, it was somebody else's, she bought into it and decided to make it her own. And because of that, I signed up and decided to be a part of that vision as well. So you don't necessarily have to be a visionary in the sense of you creating a vision. You can buy into a vision that's currently existing right now and figure out how you can contribute your talents, your gifts, your time, and your money into making it bigger and better and creating a bigger impact in the world.
Yeah, and you do that by first deciding what it is you are believing for, what it is that is important to you, and then you reframe that story for your life. So, for example, this now is a part of Jovan's story. It's a part of something that is deeply meaningful for him to be able to contribute to these other children. And so now it's a part of his story. And he helps hold that vision. I mean, you do actively contribute financially, but you also are helping to hold that vision in your mind that no child goes hungry, right? Mm-hmm. So whatever you decide that the vision that you're wanting to really hold for your life or for the world, the next thing that you do is you hold that vision. So you surround yourself with like-minded people. If it's something that's tangible and there's pictures, you can literally print off pictures and plaster them around your home so that you're seeing them, so that it's brought into your environment. If it's an idea, like an invention, for example, we have a dear friend who is an amazing American inventor, Adam O, and he, when he gets an idea for something new that's never been created, he will sketch it out and he will post it on his fridge or on his cupboards, and then it just lives there and he lets it breathe, so to speak, as that vision becomes clear. So picturizing it, drawing it out, doing whatever you can to bring that image and to hold it. Now, one thing I do want to say is that your vision becomes real. You start getting these ideas to take these actions and to bring it into fruition by first and foremost believing it. And to believe, to strengthen that belief within yourself, it comes through accumulated knowledge compounded over time.
Okay, could you explain that a little bit?
Sure. So if this is like a whole new idea, so let's just say, for example, you are the Steve Jobs. Try to put yourself in Steve Jobs' shoes, like in the early 90s, where he had this vision where people could connect with one another all over the world at their fingertips through the power of an iPhone, so to speak. If it's not anything that has existed yet, right? You know, you draw it out. He's building that belief by continuously asking questions, talking to the right people who might know how to bring forth that technology, and over time, by continuously gaining more knowledge about possibly the how, or visualizing it or drawing it out and sharing that vision with the world, that belief was strengthened and eventually the right action was taken, and that image was brought then from that metaphysical world into physical reality.
Interesting.
Does that sound like a fair enough explanation? Or did I overcomplicate it? Let me know. Well, I'll say this. If you've got a better example, could you let me know in the comments below? Because I find this point to be, I really want you to get this point.
So, our third and final point.
You don't have anything more to say about it?
Not really.
Okay.
Our third and final point would be to change your state. And in my opinion, it kind of piggybacks off of creating a new story. And I think the biggest, and when I say change your state, I mean change your state of mind in the moment. And I think the biggest state of mind change that we need to make is that we all matter. You matter. People tend to not want to try new things. People tend to not want to contribute because the biggest thing they say is, what does my vote matter? What does my contribution matter? I'm just one person. I'm just this and this and this. But when many come together, that's when you can create a movement. And like I was saying earlier, you don't necessarily have to dream up a whole new vision. The fact that you're buying into somebody else's vision that you believe in makes you a visionary, because you can see as they see. You know, they see a bigger picture. And when you see as they see, you want to put yourself as a part of that vision, and you want to contribute in such a way, you want to make that vision your own. That's why, so many clubs have several chapters. It might have started in one place, but then it spreads around the world or around the states because somebody has bought into that vision and have taken it to their hometown and have kind of made it their own. Kind of like franchises. When you think about McDonald's, there's one McDonald's headquarters, but the CEO has made it possible that people can buy into franchises and open up McDonald's anywhere they want. But basically what people are doing is buying into the vision and and I guess you can say just the overall vision of McDonald's. And they're like, I believe in that so much that I want to make it my own. And I want to spread the vision of McDonald's.
Key point right there. Exactly what you just said. Key point is that a visionary is someone who helps spread the idea, who gets others excited to want to co-create and to collaborate and to bring that vision forward. Very good point.
And no visionary can do a vision, can exercise their vision and see their vision through by themselves. So that's why I say change your state and recognize that you as an individual matter, and you can create a vision or you can be a part of somebody's vision, but ultimately you have a choice to contribute to this world.
First and foremost, the changing the state of the mind, but it might also mean getting out into a different environment and physically changing your state and surrounding yourself with the people that can help make a difference. Fair?
Cool. I'll take it.
Okay, we could talk about this topic all day long, but really what we want to know is what you think. So if you could leave us a comment below, and or better yet, join us over inside of the MoJo Insiders Room on Facebook and join the conversation. We'd love to hear your take on what you think it takes to be a visionary.
Or you can head over to coffeewithmojo.com, subscribe to our email list, and we will send you a VIP invitation where you will receive exclusive content not seen anywhere else.
That's right. So thank you so much for joining us today. It's been an absolute pleasure having you with us. Remember, we are here same time, same place next week with a fresh new brew and a hot conversation just for you. But until then, keep striving to master your mind and to live your legacy. All right, let's get this party started.
You got hit that coffee breath. Sorry. I will brush after.
Oh, I thought you were saying I had coffee breath.
Oh, I probably have coffee breath.
Okay.
I would never insult you like that on camera. I'll wait till the camera's off.